share this tip this week, and it's called bread in a garbage can. And you're probably wondering, how is this going to relate to real estate? And I'm excited to be able to share with you how. And this is actually a tip that I got from Jim Rohn. Have any of you guys heard of Jim Rohn? Jim Rohn, who is he? Philosopher, motivator, one of the originals, right? So Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, right? So that's Tony Robbins' grandfather. That's Grant Cardone's grandfather. That's my grandfather, right? And he's got a lot of great sayings, and this is one of the ones that I loved. He was talking about reading, and he says, most, large homes have a library in them, right? And you should take note, right? So those are people who are trying to better themselves, trying to improve themselves, and always adding to their library. And one of the things that he's talked about as well is he said, some people claim that it's okay to read trashy novels because sometimes you can find something valuable in them. But you can also find a crust of bread in the garbage can if you search long enough. But there's a better way. So how does this relate to real estate? How do you think this relates to real estate, guys? Work smart? Let me ask, how many of you guys are in university right now? How many of you guys are at YouTube University right now? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Lots of you guys. So what do you think you're doing? Let me just change this up a little. Some people claim that it's okay to get real estate information from generic YouTube channels and generic Instagram and, oh God, forbid generic TikTok, right? Yeah? You're searching for that crust of bread. You might find it, right? But what did you have to do to get it? So here's where I'm going with this, guys. A lot of people are on YouTube, and a lot of people are, and I think YouTube is great. My son is rebuilding a carburetor right now. He's learning how to do that on YouTube. I think it's perfect for rebuilding a carburetor. But when you're learning about real estate investing, is real estate investing different in the different cities and the different states around the country? Yes. Is a carburetor pretty much the same? If you're looking at a motorcycle carburetor on a 250cc engine, is that pretty much the same no matter where you are around the country? Yes. Okay. But real estate investing is not. And I want to make sure that you guys are getting your information from people who live here, who work here, who invest here. So one of the things I always like to say is Texas REIAs is the only association that focuses on Texas investing, Texas markets, and Texas strategies. We only talk about the contracts that work here. We only talk about the laws that work here. When you are watching something on YouTube, right, that is not focused on where you are living and or investing, do you think you're going to get some stuff that might not serve you in terms of be incorrect when it comes to the laws, incorrect when it comes to the customs, when it comes to the guidelines? Is that a yes? Yes, you are. So, and it's not to say that there's anything wrong with YouTube. I have a couple of people now who I think are saying, oh, she does YouTube, I'm out of here. So it's not to say that there's anything wrong with YouTube, but what it is to say is that you need to make sure when you are getting information from YouTube that you need, because I have a YouTube channel myself, but I only claim to go deep in Texas, right? Because I'm a licensed realtor and broker here, because I know the laws here, because I'm investing here for 20 years. I get opportunities to invest all over the country. But you know what? Texas on its own has about the 10th largest GDP of any country in the world, right? So do you think that there are enough opportunities here in Texas to be able to be successful? One person agrees. Of course, yes. Okay, thank you. So if your plan is to invest in Texas real estate, then my suggestion is you get lessons from people who also invest in Texas real estate, right? Because what I also find is that I see a lot of people who will come in, and we kind of call them traveling road shows, right? So these are some of these national companies who will come in and teach a class, and then you never see them again. Have you guys been to any of these? Okay, a couple of you guys, they teach a class once, you never see them again. And I've seen a lot of people get signed up with them, okay, and spend a lot of their good and hard-earned money with them. And then the first question they ask them about, well, where do I get the contract? I don't know. Well, where do I get the title company? I don't know. Well, where do I get the comps? I don't know. That's a little frustrating, isn't it? It's really frustrating. Where do I get the contractors, right? When we talk about Texas REIAs, we always say the contacts, the contracts, and the contractors, right? In order for you to be successful, you got to learn from local people so you don't have to sort through everything to pull out the things that you don't need. And you can very easily pull out the things that you do need. So our niche is Texas. So we are very deep in Texas. We don't try to be everything to everyone, because when it comes to real estate investing, you can't be everything to everyone. Or at least if you are, you're not going to do it well. You can only go what I call PowerPoint deep, right? You can't get into a very detailed conversation and really get into the things that matter, the things that will allow you to make a decision. So I'm glad you guys are all here. You're at the right place at the right time. Local matters, and it should be sought out. And I'm so glad that all of you guys did. So and for those of you guys who are going to go home tonight and watch a little more YouTube, I would just suggest find out where that person is, find out where they are investing, and listen to people who are investing in your local area. All right.